Here in San Gabriel, California, it's Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast. A Monday edition. The why the fuck is this a holiday edition? It's April 1st.
It's April 1st.
And as I forgot who, I think I got it from Patton Oswalt. Mm-hmm. It is shithead Christmas. Yeah. It's asshole Christmas. It's this is the favorite day of terrible people.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere. Mm-hmm. Where you can say terrible things to people, or you can lie to people and just be like, April Fools! I mean, I know we had an episode where, I think we dedicated an episode last year, the year before, to shitting on April Fools, but it was just like, unfortunately, this year's episode fell on fucking April Fool's Day. I have friends I have friend, she makes a post every year, she's like, please don't tell me any life-changing news.
Yeah.
Please don't tell me anything today. I will not believe you. I'm going to go watch cat videos.
Yeah, like, what was it? Did you see there's a trailer out for this movie? Is this A Dead Won't Stay Dead? It's like a zombie movie.
It's a zombie movie.
But it's like Adam Driver and Bill Murray and Tilda Swinton.
What, and this trailer just happened to premiere today?
Yeah, so now... And like,
everyone assumes it's in April.
Well, it looks really cool, but then now everyone's like, oh, is this real?
Well, we all thought that Super Bowl won fucking with the entirety of the entire fiefdom of Australia in it.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that Dundee trailer was real, yeah. and honestly, I kind of hoped it was real.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Apparently, IGN had a great April Fool's video. I didn't have enough time to look everything up. I wrote down a couple of the highlights. You told me one of the highlights. Well, I guess a good thing, much like what Rick and Morty did a couple of years. Was it 2 years ago or last?
Yeah.
Or was that?
No, 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago when Rick and Morty premiered on April Fool's Day. It's
yeah.
like all of a sudden all the programming on Adult Swim was replaced with Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Which, much to the chagrin of like different. I'm sure you were annoyed because there was supposed to be a Dragon Ball Super in English.
Yeah.
I know many people were annoyed, but like they just kept replaying it. I mean,
no, Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack.
Yeah. Oh, it was Samurai Jack.
Got preempted. Yeah.
That got preempted.
Yeah.
So all these people who were not Rick and Morty fans, all of a sudden they're just watching over and over this awesome prison escape episode.
And it's funny because I don't even think I saw it on TV because they were streaming it on the website or something.
Yeah. No, because I noticed it on Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, cool, it's on. And I'm like messaging everyone, Rick and Morty's back.
It's not a drill. It's not a drill.
This is not a drill. And then find out later. Yeah. Oh no, you were annoyed for Samurai Jack. One of my gaming friends, Bushy, aka Caleb, he was annoyed because Super was delayed because he didn't watch the Japanese one. He only watched the English ones. So in that same vein, CBS today, they premiered the new Twilight Zone, the Jordan Peele hosted / produced Twilight Zone. That was dropped. So I like the good April Fool's things where we get something we didn't know we were gonna get. I know Google usually does something cool.
Yeah.
I didn't see what Google had done this year.
But yeah, because the premiere today, and they dropped the first episode on YouTube.
They just dumped the first episode on YouTube.
Yeah,
yeah. You don't have to pay or subscribe to All Access to watch the first episode.
Yeah.
Another one that made me laugh, a small one made me laugh. I saw this scrolling through Facebook this morning. Daft Punk. Today they removed the song "Around the World" from their catalog because they said they became flat earthers.
That's pretty good.
It's almost believable. Like, oh wait, it's April 1st.
That's pretty funny.
Like no, around the world that song can't exist anymore. We believe the Earth is flat. And the one that it got me for like 2 seconds. This one is a video game related. This morning. This year. Oh, Kiet Fam. Thank you very much, Kiet. He added Google added Snake to Maps. Oh, it's Google Maps. I bet it seems like there's a game of Snake.
Oh.
That's kind of cool. Just like for like when March 10th, the year before, they have all Mario Kart. You can enable Mario Kart mode on Google Maps. The one I saw today that actually got me, it was in my email box. I kickstarted, or I helped to kickstart. I didn't do a Kickstarter. This game company, this game creator, Koji Igarashi, the creator of Castlevania. Mm-hmm. He's very famous for these Metroidvania series of games. That's the wordplay. Oh, it's a Castlevania game, but plays like the Metroid games of ages ago. They sent out an update this morning where you could buy a special. They announced a special edition of the game, Bloodstained, the Bloodstained edition, where you could get for $999, or if you're a Kickstarter backer, you could upgrade for $666. You can get a copy of the game encased in the creator's blood. in a blood bag. And for a second, because he's insane, I'm like, what the fuck? And then I realized, oh, it's fucking April 1st. Fuck you, asshole Christmas. Not that I would have bought it, but I would just like, what the fuck is this shit? And then you go on to read, and yeah, it gets progressively more ridiculous. Like, as you know, as most of these April Fools and gags. And then the other one I know is Think Geek. They're usually really good about this. They sell a lot of ridiculous shit today. And I think the highlight for me today was it's a beanbag onesie. So you basically look like a Yoshi that took a shit in its pants, like a giant epic shit. You just and apparently the beanbag onesie. There were a couple other things I cannot exactly recall.
But how many people do you think like
legitimately try to order it?
Yeah.
I imagine lots of lazy people who are like, oh, what? I can wear a onesie and have a beanbag in my ass? Fuck yeah.
Okay, how many people read through that whole thing about the special edition Bloodstain game?
Oh god, I bet there are fucking psychopaths who wish that was real. Who are like, where do I sign up? Where do I get this game encased in the creator's blood in 0.5 liters of the blood? Oh, IGN. Oh, thank you, Kia fan, for giving us. IGN did a Nintendo Direct where everything is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So like every game that's probably not. I'm sure it was like, oh, Halo coming to Nintendo Switch. I'm sure God of War coming to Nintendo. Oh, now I want to go watch that because I'm sure that'll be funny. But yeah, April Fool's Day. Fuck that shit.
I saw some that were pretty like the one that I was just like, I don't know why anyone I don't know if people actually buy into these or they're just like fucking around. Mm-hmm. But one was like, oh, Disney's buying DC Comics. And then, like, everyone was like, really?
See, that's why I hate this. Because the gullibility of people. Yeah. Well, one of my friends, Jenny Matthews, she posted this thing. Yeah, today's the only day that we actually scrutinize the news. Yeah. The rest of the year, we don't scrutinize what the fuck is happening. True, right? It was such a great, I sat there, I was kind of floored. I was like, oh, fuck. That is true. Yeah, last night I'm like, I do my customary warning every March 31st. Hey, everybody, tomorrow, shit, asshole Christmas. Watch the fuck out. Please don't fall for any of these fucking ridiculous things that'll happen. Oh, Philip Victor asks if this shirt is available at Nostalgia Music Comics.
This is a Target exclusive.
That's a Target exclusive. Man, I used to get all my nerd shirts from Target back in the day. Oh, yeah. I had some sweet Iron Man shirts from Target. Oh man, I had this cool Justice League shirt. It looked like it was it wasn't freaking Darwin Cook, but it totally was like a Darwin Cook-esque, Silver Age drawing of the Justice League across the chest. Nice. I miss those shirts. Oh, those were all large. I can't fit in those anymore.
But yeah, but no, it's funny because I went on this like small Facebook rant this morning about Star Wars.
I saw that. Right? You saw my response. God, was that your original thought? Was that all you? Because that was fucking amazing. What this guy wrote on Facebook today fucking slayed me. I had never thought of Star Wars from that point of view. I was like, where the fuck did you hear that? Or like, of course, you are a creative man. You are a writer by trade as well. You run a comic shop, but you also are a comic book writer. You are a writer, period. Please elaborate for our friends on Facebook, on Twitch, on the audio podcast, what you said today. I was dead. Please put if you could, or if you need me to pull it up.
I have to pull it up.
All right, if you're gonna have to pull it, then I will tap dance. No, but a lot of people always bitch about stuff. Right now, the en vogue thing for the last 3-4 years, ever since The Force Awakens returned, is people just bitch about Star Wars incessantly to the point. But please, now that you have pulled up, I would love for you to share.
I think you should do this. You need more of a dramatic read of it.
Okay, I will think. It's a movie about space samurais with laser swords who fly around in a spaceship piloted by an alien Sasquatch. Stop taking it so seriously. That is so fucking perfect. That was just like it. I had just gotten to work when I saw that. I was just like, hallelujah. I was like, well, it was so good. Please, go further, my friend.
The thing that inspired this was an April Fool's thing. So someone had posted that Disney announced that they were bringing George Lucas back to do another trilogy. And I was like, oh, this is clearly an April Fool's joke. Right. But then I made the mistake of reading the comments.
Oh, no, you read the comments.
And there was all these people that were like for it because they were like,
oh, Rian Johnson and his feminist agenda have ruined Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. They were saying that like oh, George Lucas won't let the social justice warriors do anything about it and they were very proud of the fact that he had all these like racist caricature.
Yeah. Episode 1, which I continually talk about how fucking racist that movie is.
But they were like very they're like that proves that he won't, he won't cave to the social justice warriors.
God, I just realized how MAGA that fucking movie is. Oh my God, no wonder all these freaking racist people love fucking those older movies and they hate these new ones.
And it just
where's our racist Asians and our racist Middle Eastern people and our racist blacks? All these terrible racist stereotypes all through episode 1. We still gonna die?
And
we will try federation. We will take all your money.
So I'm saying I'm like, these guys can't be serious, right? But then the more I read, I was just like, oh my God, these guys
are fucking serious.
So serious.
They're insane.
And they were like so gun ho about, bring him back.
Bring him back.
Bring George back.
Nah.
And then,
oh my God.
And then they were just talking about...
Did they not realize, like, April 1st, anything you read today is like the... Kiat Fam had a great comment. Today is the worst day to die.
Yeah.
If you die today, it's like, fuck, no one's going to believe it. Joanna, I see that you say it all the time. I've never said... I honestly, I've never heard you refer to Jedi as space samurai with laser swords. I was like, fuck, man. Yeah. That is so fucking perfect.
Yeah. See, the thing is... It just bugs me because it's like I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I'm not hardcore about it. Like,
it's not a religion for us. Yeah, it's a fandom. Like, we enjoy it. It's entertainment.
Yeah. And I was talking to I forgot who I was talking to, and they were telling me about the Galaxy's Edge, and someone sent me a video, and it was like showing me like the ride, the one you get to fly the Millennium Falcon, and the person told me, he's like, oh, I bet like 7-year-old you would shit your pants. I'm like, 37-year-old me's gonna shit my pants,
right?
It's like you get to fly.
If I could afford to take out a second mortgage and go to Disneyland, right? I would totally shit my pants.
You get to fly the Millennium Falcon. I mean,
dude.
But I've never taken it that seriously.
Yeah, where it's like, because I see a lot of like my friends who like they have to go that first weekend. They have to be there. It's like, if I don't go there, I'm going to die. No, you're not going to die. You might have an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
And you should probably get help for that. But you're not going to die if you don't get to, like, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
In perpetuity. As long as it makes money for Disney, let me let you into a secret. It's going to be there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing. Like, remember the Guardians of the Galaxy ride? I mean,
oh my God, the 3-4 hour lines? Fuck.
And we went like this year, and it was like at the Fast Pass, so we came back an hour later and got right in. So it's like, it's like I find like these people who treat it like a religion, they're also the same people who don't have any patience. Like it has to be now. I need it immediately. If I don't have it now, I'm going to murder people with my brain. But dude, they're freaking It's like too many people take this shit way too seriously. Yeah.
And then right now, I keep seeing people like right now. It's like we're on the road to Endgame right now.
Yeah.
And everybody's making all their posts. And honestly, a post that's been bothering me, it's like, oh, here's the viewing order. You should be watching the movies. I'm like, fuck that shit. Watch that shit in release order.
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of like maybe because my brain is weird. Sometimes I have to acknowledge that my brain operates differently than most normal people. I can assort facts and things, and be like, I can watch them in release order. Be like, okay, I know what's happening. I remember what happened in that movie. I know what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's cool, but it's not like you have to do that.
I was like, oh no, you gotta watch Captain America, then you gotta watch Captain Marvel. I'm like, chronological order. That's not fun.
Yeah,
because there's like fucking. There are like jokes and trope. There are like Easter eggs that you need those other movies to watch to understand what's happening. Like if you've never watched the movies, that's not a way to watch. It's that same. Circling back to Star Wars, like, oh, you gotta watch that shit, freaking blah blah blah, or the machete order or whatever order, or you have to watch episode 1, 2, 3. We're like, no, the movie pays off like you watch in release order, like all of us did when we growing up. It's like, oh, you watch it in that order, and it unfolds the way that the filmmakers made it. Even though George Lucas sucked as a filmmaker, or in the second half, the first half was pretty fucking good because he had other people holding his fucking hand.
We really directed the New Hope.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Everything else was
Irvin Kershner and I forget who directed the third one.
You know, I don't think I've mentioned this before. Like Steven Spielberg was supposed to do.
That's right.
Return of the Jedi, and it was like some stupid Directors Guild thing that made it impossible.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a Spielberg movie.
Yeah,
that was supposed to be. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I haven't done, and I've been tempted to do it, is I've never watched Rogue One and then New Hope. I kind of want to see how that
flows.
Because supposedly it ties in pretty well. Like
I would imagine because it literally the end of Rogue One is literally the beginning of New Hope.
I always feel that changes New Hope for you a little bit because like when Leia is telling them like oh we weren't doing that, like he saw them like leave, right? So he's like bullshit. Like
it's so dumb. Yeah. Russell Lamone with two awesome references in the same sentence. Very Quentin Tarantino-esque. Jeremy Bearimy. If you don't know what Jeremy Bearimy is, you need to watch The Good Place.
What's the
Richard Marquand is the director of Return of the Jedi. That's right. Thank you, Kiet Pham.
I just love when he's freaking out over the dot. Like on the Jeremy Bearimy.
Jeremy.
Like, what's the dot?
What's the dot? That's now.
Yeah, that's Sundays and.
Oh, it's alright. Sundays and
also the random crap.
It's more nonsense. That's what the Jeremy Bearimy. That's what the time continuum looks like. It looks like someone signed Jeremy Bearimy. So, in light of this, we're on this road to what do you call it? To Endgame. I'm gonna attempt to watch I'm gonna watch all the movies in release order. Yeah. So this past Friday, my original goal was to make a bunch of Instagram videos, not live videos. I'm not going to sit there for an hour and a half and have you guys sit and watch me watch them. That'll be Sunday when I watch WrestleMania. You guys watching me and my friends watch WrestleMania. That'll be fun. I was like, I'm going to do like little review. It's kind of like, let me re-review these movies. Like where we are now compared to 2008. So I rewatched the first. It's been a little while since I'd seen the first Iron Man movie. Yeah. And I rewatched that this past Friday. So I'll just do the quick little thing. Everyone makes a big fucking deal about Terrence Howard getting recast. Yeah. And no one ever fucking talks about how Howard Stark got re-fucking cast.
That's true. Yeah.
They had this other actor. Well, I don't know who. Yeah. I don't even know who that dude was in that opening montage where they
pictures of him.
You see pictures of him, and like they've retconned the MCU. Several times already. So people get all their panties in the bunch. Oh, they're gonna retcon shit all the goddamn time. They're gonna make shit work over time. Yeah. Stuff isn't perfect, especially since those first couple movies were freaking Paramount. Yeah. And so as I'm watching it, I was like, oh yeah, because later on we got freaking Roger fucking Sterling as Howard Stark, which is.
And it's crazy that stuck. I always thought that was just gonna be like it's like a throwaway thing, But that stuck. Like
that stuck.
He's been Howard Stark in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he was Howard Stark in Civil War and in that opening scene.
And then in was it Ant-Man?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Howard Stark when they did that little shield. When you got to see old school shield, slightly older Peggy Carter, slightly younger Howard Stark. Yeah. And young freaking Hank Pym. Yeah.
So yeah, he's stuck as Howard Stark.
Yeah, he hung in there. It was funny. I almost said, but they didn't use him for something. Like, no, they did. And then that crazy, we got to see young RDJ in the beginning. So yeah, that movie, that one actually held up. The Iron Man held up. I almost don't want to watch Incredible Hulk. Because I think I had rewatched that a few years ago. Like I want to say 3-4 years ago, I'd rewatched Incredible Hulk, and I was like, man, I was just like.
Like it's okay for what it
is. Phil Dunphy was almost Doc Samson.
He's Doc Samson.
I almost had Phil Dunphy as Doc Samson.
I still feel like Agent Shield's wasting that. Like they got to bring him in for an episode.
Right? Come on, it's ABC.
Just have him deal with one of the PTSD or something. He has to counsel them or something, right?
Right, because that was well before Modern Family, right? Yeah. That was because that was also 2008. Mm-hmm. The Incredible Hulk. It's funny because they did because that was a Universal movie. Yeah. They left a lot of breadcrumbs to try to pick up later. Yeah, but. It was just like...
I think the freaking Abomination's still out there. Yeah. The leader.
Mm-hmm. Freaking Tim Blake Nelson, fucking Buster Scruggs was going to be a fucking leader. It was going to be fucking cool. I was like, oh shit, they're setting up all this stuff in the future.
I remember me and my friend Ryan, when the first season of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., we were like really into it, and like literally the day after it aired, you know, whenever the episode aired, we would like message each other like, oh, maybe they're talking about this, maybe they're talking about that. So in the first season, they had that whole like the mysterious villain, this guy was playing chess with and Ryan was convinced, and he convinced me that it was the leader. And I was like, dude, that'd be such a cool payoff, and then they didn't do it.
They didn't do it. We could probably have an entire episode of my disappointment with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like how that there was such great hope, such hope. And then,
but the thing too,
like, a lot of non-con people really like this fucking show. It's
entertaining. It's still entertaining for what it is, and there is enough like callbacks and stuff. You're just like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, you know, like we got Deathlock. I mean, that was cool, right?
A lot of stuff. Like we got the weird Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, but
giant Agent Cooper, Mr. Hyde.
But it feels like, especially like now when like all the Disney Plus stuff that they've been announcing, and like with these interviews with Kevin Feige, it seems like they always talked about how like oh it's in this universe, but like I feel like he never really intended that, you know? Like,
no, because they did a time jump, right? Yeah. Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's like way past freaking Infinity War. They never like acknowledged.
Yeah, they're doing a time jump this season. Yeah,
they're doing another time jump.
No, they haven't done the time jump yet. But
okay. They're kind of
the last season ended right as Infinity War was happening.
Oh, really?
And then this season's supposed to jump forward.
And then they can probably past the events of Infinity War. That way they can like, all right, everyone who was undusted or dusted, we don't know who was dusted.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll talk about it. I don't know. I don't watch that show.
Because the funny thing was like the way the season ended the last season ended, it could have been over. Like it felt like, I feel like they thought like, oh, this is it, and they ended it in a way where like, oh, this could be over and it's fine. But I remember people's biggest disappointment was because at the end, Coulson retires and he goes to Tahiti, actual Tahiti.
He actually goes to Tahiti to pay off that joke.
And they show him standing on the beach and the plane takes off, right? Someone, I remember online the day after it came out, they were like, oh, they screwed up. They should have had it. They should have Coulson get dusted. And I'm like, dude, that would have been so tragic. Like, why would you want to do that?
Because some people like to watch the world burn. Yeah, that's... Oh, see, there's all this stuff that was... Well, going back to Iron Man 1. Yeah. I think, honestly, the reason that movie still holds up is because RDJ just, like, he put that movie on his shoulders and just carried it the entire way. And that's why, like, you know, some of these other movies, like, they kind of... Like, honestly, I think I had watched Avengers, like, last year on USA, and I was like... I don't want to say the word the kids say, but I was not as pleased as I was like when I watched it.
Really?
Yeah, there's just something about it now where it's just like there's a little too much cheese all over this thing. It's like, wow, this pizza has a lot of cheese on it.
I don't know, man. I've heard people say that, but it's like I watched it recently and I had a lot of fun with it, man. It still holds up. Oh yeah, it still has that.
It's still epic, like da 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 da. Who was it? What? Alan Silvestri? Yeah, I almost said Mark Silvestri because I'm a dork. Alan Silvestri, that Avengers freaking theme is that's so good. It's like that still gives me freaking goosebumps. Like in the last Endgame trailer when they hit the fucking theme, I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. All right, I'm good.
Yeah, it's Yeah, cause I've been rewatching. I watched all the Avengers movies, and I watched Infinity War. I probably didn't notice it, but it just like clicked on my head recently. Was when Cap shows up to save Vision. Like they get into his theme song from the first Avenger. Like a little bit starts playing in the background. You're like, oh, that's cool. Like,
yeah, musically they've always done a good job with that. But yeah. Iron Man 1, yeah, it still was really good. I still laughed out loud at a lot of the various things and some of the silly stuff. It was like every time I saw Coulson, I was like, "Aw, look at you!"
He still had hair.
Still had hair. He was being all robotic, like early Coulson. He was all being like, "Hello, I'm from the Strategic Homeland." You guys need a new name. Yeah. And I still fucking dude, I fucking popped for fucking I am Iron Man. And fucking Nick Fury comes out and it's fucking our first real post-credit scene. I was like, what?
Just imagine that, like first freaking movie and they name drop Avengers.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah.
I need to talk to you about the Avengers initiative. I was like right now, I just had goosebumps go up my arm right now. Just that line alone. It was just like we walked away from that. We were like, are they gonna do nothing? Like this? Because that first time it was so fucking anytime he was in the fucking suit, it was a fucking thrill ride. Yeah. It's like fucking, oh, dude, just rewatching it, I just felt good rewatching. Like, man, this movie holds up. Like, this one, holds up, and then people, it's weird. Some people shit on part 2, and some people shit on part 3. It's like, it's weird. It's just this thing where, like, you have to hate one and love the other, or vice versa.
What? I don't know. I think that's a big thing. It's like, that's a big problem when it comes to movies. So you compare it, and you don't judge it on its own.
Yeah.
So, you try to compare it to,
Yeah.
Especially like, and it goes both ways. So you compare it to like stuff that came before and then stuff that came after.
Yeah. I mean, because honestly, like Iron Man 2, that was just that movie was just building the universe. Yeah. That's all that like, I think people misunderstand. That was the job of that movie. Like, I was like, all right, we're gonna build this fucking thing out. Yeah. We're like, here's Nick Fury, here's freaking Natasha Romanoff. We're gonna talk about all this other shit.
Yeah, because they really did create a lot of stuff in that movie. Like War Machine came out of that.
Thor, we get the Thor's hammer, and like all like that movie's entire job was to set up the rest of the MCU. That was all that job was supposed to do.
There's even like that weird callback to that like weird Captain America shield he had. Mm-hmm. Like we still don't know what the hell that was. Yeah. But like,
didn't they make a joke about it? Because they showed it in the first movie.
It's in the background.
And then they made a joke about it in the second one.
He uses it to
freaking hold up the stupid thing. Yeah. See, honestly, I haven't even got to Iron Man 2, but I still remember it so vividly. Like, that's the thing that bothered me about Iron Man 2 was, like, the weird, they had to, like, fucking MacGuffin the goddamn movie. MacGuffin is a movie term where the guy, where he had to keep putting in the stupid shit into his fucking thing. I was like, he didn't have to do that in the first fucking movie. Yeah. Why did they create this sudden restriction? Yeah. Like, the fuck? And then I get to create a new fucking...
But have you heard of, like...
Starkium or whatever the fuck they're called. Palladium?
You know what it's called?
What?
Oh.
I don't remember, but I'm going to groan once you say it.
You probably won't remember. I only know about this. I read about it later on. It's in the novelization of it.
Oh, really?
So he discovers this new element, right? Right. So he gets to name it. Mm-hmm. It's called Bad Astrium.
I won't even dignify it with a groan.
But then have you heard this like theory that like it's based on the Tesseract energy because Howard Stark was like studying the Tesseract.
Oh, so because they're trying to tie everything back to that because like it's like freaking like. Hopefully this isn't a spoiler for people. I feel like it's $1 billion, right? Yeah. Captain Marvel's powers are based on the Tesseract. Yeah, tie it back. Yeah. Hey.
But I don't know if I buy that though, because wouldn't he be like way stronger if he was like...
If it's based on the Tesseract energy? Oh yeah, it'd be way fucking stronger. Right? Well, it made him pretty fucking strong, so he just... And he freaking put it on, and he put it in that Mark 5 suit, like, oh, look at my weird triangle now. Yeah. I was so mad.
You like the triangle?
I'm still mad about the triangle. I was so happy in the middle of Avengers when they ditched the triangle and he puts on the Mark 6 suit and it's back to the circle. I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck the triangle.
And then wasn't it like it cured him, right? Whatever that disease he had, the poisoning he was getting, right? I don't know.
Because it's freaking lead poisoning or whatever mineral poisoning from shoving that fucking whatever the fuck unobtainium.
Yeah, unobtainium.
That's an Avatar joke for you.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that movie's still. I mean, the second one's alright. I mean,
the second one. I don't think any of them were objectively bad. Yeah. I mean, I like even like if we're gonna talk about all of them, like even like the quote unquote worst one, Thor: Dark World. Yeah. That's still not bad. It's not. It's the it's like the same joke I made last week. It's the Godfather 3. It's surrounded by all these good movies. Yeah. Well, something else you're about. I think you were gonna point you're gonna make. Iron Man 3 came after the Avengers.
Yeah, it was right after the Avengers.
It was right after the Avengers. So there was no fucking way. Yeah. It could probably like hold at that point in time. Like no matter what happened in that movie. It was gonna kind of pale in comparison to the Avengers. And then Shane Black fucking.
Yeah. But isn't it like the second highest grossing Marvel movie or something like that? It's up there, right?
It made over $1 billion.
It was right after the Avengers. So
well, it also was the first Marvel movie to open in China.
Oh, that too.
That kind of helps that big Chinese money. Yeah. Because they put a Chinese actor as the doctor. He took the shit out of his chest.
I still find that.
The international version with the extra 2 minutes of them talking in Chinese.
Little scene where like
where he gets to speak.
Yeah. And then there's something I didn't notice. Someone pointed out too. So at the end of that movie, he gets the shrapnel removed, right? Yeah. Which still doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. So I didn't realize that he's doing that little montage, and they showed him like, oh, he's gonna try and make it work with Pepper. He gives her this necklace. It's made out of the shrapnel. I never noticed that until recently.
Yeah. Talk, I don't know if that was a Shane Black decision or Kevin Feige had any control over that. Yeah. It's weird. Like, I listen to Shane Black on a podcast, and he just refuses to talk about Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like that probably was one of those, he compromised his vision. Much like a la Zack Snyder. Yeah. Marvel Studios came in as like, no.
But see, the Shane Black, though, like, I love his stuff, but, like, he always makes the same movie. Oh. Like, it's always, like, the same jokes, and it's like it takes place during Christmas time, and it's like he's always making that same movie. Cause he's trying to find his Die Hard. Yeah, he kind of is. Cause I don't know. I heard him in some podcast. He was talking about Lethal Weapon 2. Mm-hmm. So he sold Lethal Weapon like in his 20s.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right, and so then
he was an actor in Predator.
Yeah, he was an actor in Predator. So it did so well that. They greenlit part 2 real quick.
Oh, fuck yeah, they did.
So he wrote that script, and to this day he talked about how that's the best script he's ever written. Mm-hmm. But they chopped it up because apparently Riggs was supposed to die in part 2.
Right.
And
then they're like, no, this is a trilogy, it's a quadrilogy. Yeah. We're gonna milk this shit.
As I said, but he talks about how his original script for Lethal Weapon 2 was the darkest movie he's ever written. And it's like, wow.
What's all these fucking auteurs? Like, everything has to be dark, like the world is.
But it's just funny to think that this is the guy that wrote Monster Squad.
That's right. Yeah. I always forget that. It's like, it comes up because one of my buddies loves Monster Squad, and he watches it every Halloween. And this is the guy who gave us, kick him in the dark. Wolfman got no darts. Kick him there anyway.
But it just trips me out. Like, like, you watch Iron Man 3, you're like, yeah, it's a Shane Black movie. It feels like a Shane Black movie.
Oh, hell yeah, it does.
Like,
it totally does. No matter what he says or no matter how much he whines, it's still his movie.
Yeah. And you could totally feel it.
Oh, yeah.
It's all there.
It's like, I enjoyed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That's a good-ass movie.
What was the other one? The other guy? No, the good guys? Or Nice Guys?
The Nice Guys. Fuck yeah, that was my favorite movie of fucking whatever year that was. I did the stupid movie challenge, 2016. That was my favorite movie of 2016, even more so than Civil War. It was right underneath Civil War. It was right above Civil War, and Civil War was right behind it. But The Nice Guys, that movie, man. I'm still waiting for that fucking movie to be less than $10 fucking on Blu-ray for me to buy it. But whoever the fuck the goddamn distributor or fucking publisher of that Blu-ray, they refuse to put that motherfucker on sale. No, we gotta get our money back from what we paid fucking Russell Crowe and the fucking Gosling. Yeah. I'm so annoyed. I want to own that movie because that movie was fucking great.
That's a good movie.
And it wasn't set during Christmas.
No,
he went against his own fucking.
You could tell he was like
his formula.
Look, this is one joke that he does in every movie.
What is this?
And it's funny because I remember thinking like, he didn't do that in Iron Man, and it was on FX or something. And I just happened to catch the scene. And I was like, fuck, there it is. The joke where it's two characters and they're interrogating somebody, and he says, and he'll tell them, tell us what we want to know, and he'll stop doing that. And they stop doing what? And then he does something to him. He hits and in Iron Man, he tells that to the Mandarin, and then he's like, stop doing what? And Rhodey like fires the gun, and he puts the hot freaking the barrel on his face. And so it's like he's like, oh, he'll stop doing that, and then he does something like, he puts that in every freaking movie.
All these guys, they have their tropes.
Yeah,
they have their tropes, and they stick to it. I mean, freaking Quentin Tarantino's foot fetish.
Yeah, and his like just nonstop pop culture,
and his need to get in there and say the N-word.
Yeah.
He absolutely has to get in there and drop those N-bombs.
Has to, I mean,
incessantly. I remember that got me a lot of points one day in playing the Jackbox game. It's like, what kind of sign would you not want out? What kind of real estate sign would you not want in front of your house? And I'm like, ooh, I know what I'm going to put. Boom, swept. Oh, we got a hi and a sorry. Hello. And apparently, maybe we were not the stream they were looking for.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool. It happens.
But,
bye.
Yeah, because even like you watch did you watch, was it the Shane Black Predator movie?
No, I still have not watched that movie.
It's entertaining, but it's ridiculous.
Of course it is. Right? Yeah, this is like past, depending on your point of view, it's either past his prime Shane Black or in his prime.
Yeah.
Our screen is frozen, but the audio is fine? That's weird. We're so sorry about that. Damn. That sucks. I'm like waving. Thank you for letting us know, Guru SAB 101. Yeah, Shane Black. Yeah, he's just depending on who. Like, so either he's in his prime or he's past his prime.
Like, it's cool. Like, I enjoyed it, but it was just like, this is pretty ridiculous. I can see why people didn't like it. You know, like
that. I was interested, but I was one of those like, I'll wait till I can watch it on cable. But now I don't have cable, so I'm never gonna see that movie. Well, I'll wait till when it shows up on Netflix.
There you go. I'm
sure it'll show up somewhere.
There's a scene where
doesn't Fox own that technically, or doesn't Disney?
Now, yeah.
Now Disney owns Predator. Predator is a Disney princess. Yeah.
What was it? The Alien Queen?
The Alien Queen is a Disney princess now.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, but it's very Shane Black.
It's incredibly Shane Black. Oh
yeah.
Boy. So yeah, as I make my way through all the Marvel movies, in the next how many weeks? I got 3 weeks till or 4 weeks till Endgame.
Really? Is it that close?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's 30. It's what was it? 28th. Today's the 1st. Yeah, I got less than 30 days. I got some work to do.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily always have that time. I mean, I just watch it on my phone, but I like to watch it on my big ass TV at home.
Yeah.
I got all the Blu-rays. I bought them all because I'm a slut for Marvel. It's literally the only movies I buy nowadays. They're just the Marvel movies. That way I only have to buy like 2 movies a year.
Yeah.
Or technically 3 now, but
yeah, depends. Yeah.
Who's counting? I was.
You were.
So what I want to talk about, and I'd like to thank John Oliver for saving me because I didn't have a lot. 3 weeks from Thursday. Yep. Thursday, the day of Thor. So I have to thank John Oliver.
Yeah, I saw that. I was gonna text you about it last night, but I fell asleep.
No. Man. As people who are regular viewers or listeners to the show, I love professional wrestling, mm-hmm. and John Oliver decided to take on WWE. Yeah. And honestly, as a fan, I've kind of known a lot about this stuff, but I'm glad that it's been put on this platform. Yeah. For people who don't know, because I like because what John Oliver does on Last Week Tonight, he usually kind of puts a spotlight on things that people need to know. Yeah. And he's obviously, everything is usually timed very well. These people, him and his staff on Last Week Tonight, they're good at timing. Yeah. Yeah. And so next Sunday is WrestleMania 35. Fucking good old Vince McMahon making his billions of dollars. I love doing my Vince McMahon voice. He's doing his big thing. So I guess I guess John Oliver's a fan. I got the impression either he's a fan or many of his writers are fans. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. I don't want to say he's not a fan, but we'll see. I enjoyed that entire. He did a segment last night on Last Week Tonight where he talked about how wrestlers are independent contractors, but they are not treated like independent contractors. They are exclusive independent contractors, which is the opposite of the definition of an independent contractor.
Yeah, because he basically said that you can't be an independent contractor when you own everything, right? Mm-hmm. You own the entire industry.
Yeah, I mean, technically, he owns about like 99% of the industry. Yeah, right. There's a lot of independent wrestling. Yeah. There's bar wrestling. There's AEW. There's Impact. But literally, if you look on a pie chart of money, that's like literally like 1% compared to Vince McMahon's 99%. Yeah. But the bigger thing more about it is that the whole it's something that's been a continuous problem. These wrestlers, they have to pay for everything themselves. They're independent contractors. They're a bunch. If you're working on a 1099, that's what all these wrestlers have to do. Yeah. So there's no payroll taxes. That's something someone else mentioned that John Oliver. I guess either they didn't have time for. It's like when these wrestlers do their taxes, man, they are fucked in the ass. Yeah. They're self-employed. Yeah. So you being a self-employed man running the store, you understand. Yeah. There's a lot of tax nonsense you have to go through. And especially, I'm sure this year, any of those red state wrestlers are probably very mad at a certain Cheeto-colored person right now. That's that's all deep as I'll go on that. But the biggest thing is there is no health care. There's no health insurance. It's like for a wrestler to try to go get insurance, it's almost fucking impossible. Oh yeah, because it's their job. The nature of their job is to go out and destroy their body 250 nights a year. Yeah. It's like no one in this healthcare industry is going to insure a person who's guaranteed to be hurt in some way and need that health insurance. Oh, it's impossible for them to get coverage. Yeah. And And then the alarming statistic of so many of them dying so young. It actually, it sent a chill down my spine. Like when they mentioned Eddie Guerrero, he's 37. I was like, fuck. Yeah. I'm past the age of Eddie Guerrero. I'm sure the one you're going to mention, Roddy Piper. Yeah. Yeah, and Roddy Piper called it. He knew.
How he was just like,
I'm not going to make it past 65. Yeah. Died at 61.
Yeah. And he was just like so confident of it too. Like, it was just, wow.
Because that life is not made for long-term life. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin goes on about it himself too. He's like, he is like trying to live as much as he can right now because he knows he gave up a lot of years on the end to be Stone Cold Steve Austin in the now, and he fucked up his neck, and heaven knows when his quality of life is going to go down. Yeah. Like another guy, Mick Foley, they showed him fucking go through the cage. I've shown you many times. He's the things that man did to himself to entertain and to become more popular. He the Piper's gonna come to pay. Or the phrase I always say, Father Time's undefeated. Yeah. And he's gonna come faster for them. When I get up in the mornings, I feel that big 4-0 that's coming for me this year. My legs don't want to get out of bed in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I never felt this before. Time is coming for me. I'm just a regular person. I've done a lot of stupid shit, but I'm not professional professional wrestler level of stupid shit having done. I cannot imagine what it's like for any of these retired wrestlers who have to get up out of bed. So I mean, the guy DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, has made an entire industry out of this yoga thing. I'm sure it's helping a lot of these guys cope with the crazy amounts of pain that they're going through in their life. And I guess the positive thing is now it's shown this big light on it because that's it. That this show it exposes stuff to people who don't know. Yeah. Because I'm sure a lot of all the wrestling fans like myself are gonna be, we knew all this shit already. We knew that it's fucked up. I love that they played a segment from the podcast of this guy CM Punk. Yeah. It was like, man, that entire whole podcast was a whole thing. It was just a freaking that was the equivalent of last weekend I could have just played that entire podcast and it would have just been a whole referendum on the way business is done there, where it's like, hey pal, I know you're there's another one where Vince McMahon is basically begging CM Punk, CM Punk's like, I'm hurt, my elbow is injured, my shit's injured, I need a few weeks off to heal. It's like, I'll owe you one, pal. Go do this tour for me. I need you, pal. It's like you put butts in the seats. And it's like, he got a couple. He has 2 or 3. I owe you one, pal. Because it's all about for Vince. At the end of the day, all he cares about, they're all disposable assets. Mm-hmm. They talk about Jesse Ventura. He hey, we're not disposable assets. He tried to unionize, and freaking Vince fired his ass. Yeah. And look, make an example out of him. Look, if you mess with me, you will get no money. You'll get blackballed out of the industry. If you want to continue making the fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars, because only some of the top guys make the crazy money. I can reference back to that CM Punk podcast where CM Punk, he only had one t-shirt, but he was selling a lot, but he wasn't getting a lot from that shirt. Like a John Cena, there's 15 fucking shirts. He has a whole fucking Skittles bag of colors of fucking t-shirts because he always has a purple and neon, and he was freaking. They kept putting out more shirts because they didn't want CM Punk to be the guy at the top of the merch list. So there's 6. You go to the live events. I'm sure you've been to concerts and you see they sell t-shirts. You'd see one wrestler and then you see boom boom Cena, or right now it's Roman. But that's kind of fucked up because some of their paycheck is based on how much merchandise they sell. They get royalties. Yeah. That's part of hey, if you're popular, you're gonna make more money. Yeah. The rich will get richer. Yeah. So to speak. If someone comes up. There's another wrestler, this guy Rusev. He just flippantly he kept calling every day Rusev Day. Every day is Rusev Day, and all of a sudden they started selling stuff, but then they're not really going. They probably could make more money putting out more of this Rusev Day stuff, but they're not really doing it. Because, no, we don't want that guy to be we don't want this guy to be popular. Don't put that stuff out. Mm-hmm. So they still kind of pick and choose. Although ironically in professional wrestling they pick and choose who wins and loses, but they also still try to control who the popular person is. Sometimes some people will organically get popular. Yeah. And that's out of their control, and they hate that shit. They hate when someone becomes popular that they did not intend to become popular, and that's why you have all these rival organizations. You have all this stuff that I talked about before. It's oh no, the machine didn't create you, so that's not. We can't. Yeah. And that can't be happening. Yeah,
they even talked about that. Right? There's that guy that they want to be popular, but everyone hates him, and they're ruining him.
Yeah. Oh my god! Contextually, that was that the day that happened, that was the day after WrestleMania. And it's always like the most rabid crowd because like you have all these people who flew in from around the world. That is like the most rabid collection of fans, and that's why John Oliver was not kidding. They booed him for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
The opening of the show was him just standing there with the mic, and the crowd just cycling through. Fuck you, Roman, asshole! Like they play it. They put the subtitles so people could see all. That went on for 8 minutes straight, and he just stood there and just waited. This is my yard now, and he just dropped the mic and ran away. He eventually waited till there was like a slight bit of lull, and he said his one line, and he got out. Yeah, they try to control him. This guy, he's supposed to be the big hero. Yeah. He had just beaten The Undertaker the night before. That was supposed to cement him as like, oh, this is the man now. This is my yard. Because the Undertaker used to always say, this is my yard. Rest in peace. But I was like, they try to control things.
That's crazy.
So Rosa right here on Facebook Live mentions The Rock. See, The Rock is the one that kind of he was a big star there, but he was able to parlay that he left, and it's funny, it was a little bit weird between him and WWE for a long while until like a few years ago when he came back. Yeah, because he actually became he used his WWE stardom to become. Now he's like the biggest movie star in the fucking world. Yeah, because of his natural charisma and his insanity. I idolize the man. I did this look first. No. I went bald before The Rock did. I lost all my hair first. That's a choice for him. This was not a choice.
What movie is that from? It's some movie where it was like, you think me and Vin Diesel shave our heads because we think it looks cool?
This is not an option. We shave our head because there ain't shit left. The grass don't grow no more. Oh man. So yeah. So and of course at the end of all if you're a regular viewer of Last Week Tonight, it always ends with some sort of call to action. Yeah. He always does some sort of crazy call to action, and so his call to action was for everyone to fucking do crazy chants at WrestleMania. Yeah. Now that one's gonna be a little bit tougher because people pay a lot of money. To go to WrestleMania. And another thing is, I don't know there's a lot of people from around the world. I don't know how much HBO is available. Well, I mean, obviously, this segment, I posted it on my personal YouTube as well. Yeah. Well, not my personal my personal YouTube. I put it on my personal Facebook page just so all my friends, I'm like, check this shit out. Holy fuck. Yeah. I watched it during my lunch today. I would have sat there I felt bad because thankfully I was alone in the break room, but my guffaws and my laughs probably echoed through the entire warehouse because I was like, ah! Because it was really funny. Yeah. I'm sure you laughed your ass off. You're not a wrestling fan, but there was a lot of funny shit John Oliver was doing. Check out this healthcare that Vince McMahon receiving the same healthcare that he gives his employees. And Stone Cold's beating his ass. And one of my favorite sound effects in wrestling when Stone Cold hits him with the bed. Because that wasn't a sound effect inserted. That was a freaking legit pan shot. Dung. If you haven't seen it, go to YouTube. Last Week Tonight, WWE. Fucking amazing. If you're not a wrestling fan, you might become one. And that's the other positive I saw out of it. John Oliver never talked down about wrestling. No, this is fucking entertainment. Fuck you. It's the new title of this show is We Didn't Explode Through a Table. No exploding man through table. I was every time he did that, I was just laughing my ass off.
What he says when they lit the table on fire. And then Nacho was like, what's he going to do next? What did he expect? He's going to do some hibachi.
Someone's going to do some hibachi in the middle of it.
And do the onion volcano.
So yeah, I did. The WWE announcers are not the best. Wow. They're supposed to be good at improv, but there's plenty of videos on YouTube that show you that they are not. They are bad. They are bad, and they should feel that a lot. But to be fair, they are live on the air, and they have that crazy madman or the stack of potato, the old-looking potato with the rolls of hot dogs is yelling into their headsets the whole time. Oh. No, that's when John Oliver was talking about he controls everything. Mm-hmm. Vince McMahon literally controls every aspect of what happens. The only thing he can't control is people obviously dying. Yeah. Oh, he can't control that by not making them work every fucking day. Yeah. But he controls, like, so he is literally, like, where the wrestlers come out, he is literally sitting there, like, behind the curtain. There's a desk, and he's right there with the fucking headset on. He's fucking barking out orders, and he's yelling shit to the announcers to say. So sometimes they will say some of the most ridiculous shit, or they'll say it at the most weird time. That's because Vince McMahon's on. Talk about this right now. Talk about the network. Tell them that's $9.99. Talk about how big her boobs are.
Like the
back in the pre-PG era.
The freaking interview with
with Armageddon from Real Sports.
Holy shit!
That is a freaking. He's a gorilla alpha psychopath. Yeah. I don't want to say he's an alpha male. He's an alpha psychopath. Yeah. He's just like, that's how I feel about what your stupid question. He's not mentally well, and he's a billionaire.
Yeah. He's a buddies with Trump, right?
Fucking what's her face? His wife. She was working in his administration, and she just quit the administration to go work on his campaign.
They took a picture in the Oval Office, right?
that really great picture of like too many people in this picture have received Stone Cold Steve Austin have received stunners from Stone Cold Steve Austin. No, it was like 70% of the people in this photo have received Stone Cold stunners. So like, and that's including Donald Trump, who has received a Stone Cold stunner back at WrestleMania 23. Don't ask me why I know these things. I just do. I'm a wrestling Rain Man.
That's funny. That's right.
Here's the Battle of the Billionaires. And Stone Cold just kicked him in his gut, dropped him down, and he did the worst. Oh, it was the second worst sell of the stunner. Of course, number one will always be Vince McMahon, who somehow falls forward when you're supposed to go back. You're supposed to go the other way when you get hit with the stunner. Vince McMahon's like, ah. But to be fair, he was like 60 at the time. He was like 70 something now. That's a 73-year-old man. He'll never die. He sleeps like 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's all these terrible like urban legends about him. Like you cannot sneeze around him.
Why?
Because he thinks it's a sign of weakness. He's like, I never sneeze. It's like if you need to sneeze, you have to leave the fucking room. You have to put as much distance between you and Vince McMahon as humanly possible.
He never sneezes. Like one day his head just gonna explode. All this
like I'm sure he does, but he like doesn't acknowledge that they happen. Because okay, you're gonna be surprised when I tell you who was a writer once for WWE.
The Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah. Damn, you're already ahead of the game on me. Like he in a podcast, he was talking about, he was only there for like 6 months or 7 months, but he's like, he's insane. He's like, I sneezed. Oh my, I got yelled at. Everyone gave him dirty looks. He's like, get out of here. Get out of the room. You're the son of Chachi.
That's pretty funny.
He is a pure psychopath. He's like there is something incredibly mentally wrong with him, and he's in charge of this whole. And what truly terrified me, a fact that I did not know that I learned, it's like that's like the sixth biggest brand in the world.
Yeah.
Like the biggest sporting brand.
Well, even
like ahead of the World Series. Yeah. And it's only behind the World Cup.
Yeah. That's pretty.
And then there's other like the Olympics. There's like Olympics and some other
the Super Bowl was up there.
Super Bowl was up there. I was like, it's sixth behind the World Cup. I'm like,
that's pretty nuts, man.
Like you got these Saudi princes paying them fucking $50 million a year to fucking come to my country. Who cares if we're doing human rights violations? Yeah. Look, we let women drive cars now.
Well, wait, Vince McMahon won't mind human rights violations.
He doesn't give a shit. As long as the check clears, they can do whatever they want.
That was my favorite response. Like it was like just to show how insane he is. When they asked him about how he felt about wrestlers dying, and he was like, "How do you feel about it?" It's such a. It's like the last response you expect. Like,
right?
What does that mean? Like, what does it mean?
I'm an animal. We had a wrestler, we called him the animal. Now he's Drax and he's too fucking famous. Although he's gonna be there on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be Drax versus Vampire number 3 in Blade 2.
Oh,
or
nice.
Blade 3.
Well, he's gonna wrestle.
He's gonna wrestle.
Oh wow.
My little slide joke. The wrestler Triple H. He tried acting for a little while. His best movie role was Blade 3.
Wasn't he Sabretooth in the Bryan Singer X-Men movie?
What?
I think he was. No, it wasn't. It was
Taylor Made. Yeah. I was like, no, I know this. Right. That guy was known as the Yeti. If you Google WCW Yeti, you will laugh for at least a minute. You're not going to laugh for 5 minutes like I would. But the Yeti. They wrapped him in bandages. And then he drive home Hulk Hogan for 5 minutes. This is not a joke. It actually happened. And there was a double dry hump where the Giant, it was Giant and the Yeti, and then there was a Hogan sandwich, and they like one was in Hogan's belly button, the other one was in his cornhole, and they double.
That's so bad.
WCW, Yeti, Hogan, Giant.
Triple H. The Russian in that Punisher movie?
No, that was Kevin Nash.
Okay.
One of his good friends. Yeah. Different wrestler.
Okay.
Wrestlers have been all over Hollywood. I mean, the Giant was Captain Insano and the Water Boy. I am Wrestling Rain Man. The Triple H, he had his own movie. He was the chaperone in a WWE film.
Oh.
Which no one else would note.
He probably was in one of those Marine movies, right? I mean,
shockingly, no.
Really? Because there were so many of them.
Marine 1 was John Cena. Marine 2 was somebody else.
Yeah.
And then Marine 3, oh god, it was fucking Ted DiBiase's son. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the $1 Million Man. It wasn't him. No. It was his son. Oh. Ted DiBiase Jr. Oh. He was the Marine 3, I think. And then the other Marines have been the Miz. Yeah. Although I'm sure corrections and retractions department will correct me on those. I know the last two have been the Miz.
I remember when we saw that first Marine movie during Comic-Con.
Comic-Con. Yeah, we're just sitting in the hotel room. Hey, look. And then the T-1000 was making all kinds of smart-ass remarks. That was the positive for me about that film. The T-1000 is being funny as fuck. Robert Patrick is a hilarious motherfucker.
It was such a random movie when I was like, this is entertaining.
I can see why they made 5 more of these. Keep in mind, I think 2 through I think the rest of them were all direct to DVD.
Wait, because the follow-up, I remember it was, what was it called? 12 Rounds, a John Cena movie?
Yeah.
And then I didn't even notice that I was at Walmart. There's like a 12 Rounds, 2, 3. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, Randy Orton took up took up the mantle of 12 Rounds, the police officer who had 12 rounds, survived 12 rounds. I don't know. It made no sense. A lot of these early, I remember the first successful ones was it starred Halle Berry. It was like The Call. Yeah. She was like a 911 operator that was being stalked by a sociopath.
Were there wrestlers in that? Like
I don't think there. If there were, they were like just in the background.
Yeah. Because that was the whole point of them starting the
yeah, they were trying to make legitimate movies. Well, they wanted the wrestlers to star. Like Kane was a movie. He was Jacob Goodnight in See No Evil.
Yeah, that's right. And then they famously produced the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
And all those really bad sequels.
Starring it was a Rock. He didn't come back for any other ones. It was like one was like Randy Couture.
Yeah.
And there was another MMA guy and another one. It was just like. Those WWE films, they were just crapping them out. But I guess as long as it makes out a home video, they actually make money.
Well, especially now with streaming and stuff, I'm sure I'm sure they're on Hulu or somewhere.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they're not on the network.
Yeah, right.
To be honest. I am shocked that they're on the WWE network. I'm sure there's some sort of like legalities or something where they probably make more money putting it on Netflix or Hulu or wherever.
I think on Hulu,
Crackle.
Hulu the other day I saw No Holds Barred is on there. I haven't seen that movie forever, man.
You know, as much of a wrestling fan as I am, I still to this day have never seen No Holds Barred. I've never seen Rip versus Zeus. I have seen the terrible match that they did at SummerSlam to help sell that piece of shit of a movie, where it was Hulk Hogan and Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Macho Man Randy Savage and Zeus. Tiny Lister, the president of the universe in The Fifth Element.
That's right.
And also, if that's not a deep cut enough reference for you, Debo from Friday was a wrestler.
And he was, I always forget, he was in The Dark Knight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was the guy in the boat who fucking took the thing and threw it out.
Yeah.
Fucking Debo. Yeah. Star of No Holds Barred and Zeus. He had a big car. They put a Z.
Yeah, he's on his head.
And they brought him back in WCW later.
Yeah.
To recreate that. Yeah. He was the Z Gangster.
You've never seen that movie?
No, I've not. Man. It was weird. My memory, I cannot tell you why I didn't watch it. I was gonna like blame my parents. I'm like, no, that's me. Yeah, I could have watched it.
It was very.
It's very bad.
Yeah, it is. It's very
because he's ripped.
But it's very like one of the Rocky movies where like he's the best, then Zeus kicks his ass, and then he's like
he has to go on a journey of self-discovery. Yeah. Find out why he loves wrestling.
Yeah, and then he has to come back and fight him at the end, and it has the most ridiculous ending ever. Like, yeah, I don't even want to tell you. It's so ridiculous over the top.
I'm gonna have to borrow someone's Hulu account and watch No Holds Barred. No. Well, we'll make that a Patreon. We'll make that I totally want to do all these like videos on Patreon because I'm sure there's no. I can just put the video on there. There's no YouTube or copyright restrictions.
I would assume, yeah.
I want to do all those viewings, like have basically have a picture-in-picture of the movie playing and our reactions. Oh, come on!
You can watch all those Hulk Hogan classics, like
Suburban Commando. The Undertaker was in that one. Oh, he was one of the aliens.
Oh, that's funny.
I remember as a kid, I'm like, wait a minute. I was such a little kid. Wait a minute, that's the Undertaker. What's the Undertaker doing in here? Why doesn't he have his hat? Young Dre was like, what the hell? What's going on? I watched Suburban Commando. What I did not watch, we have Hulu Bean Brain. Oh, that's right. She has Hulu through T-Mobile. Oh. That's right. I am a Bean Brain. Oh man. Yeah. Patreon. That's actually I'm gonna set that up because if anyone who's been following us on Facebook, I have been putting up some gaming videos. I'm actually gonna test out an Xbox. I unearthed my Xbox from my parents' garage or my mom's garage, so I'm gonna test it out to see if that works. So we have many more options. There's gonna be all kinds of options for retro game nights. We're gonna be making lots of videos. I'm gonna actually put out a call to my Facebook friends, see if whoever wants to come down and do a little game with Dre. I want to do some 2-player games because I can't make you play every time. No. I don't want to put you like I'll have us play like X-Men Legends.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I have X-Men Legends. We're gonna play some 2-player X-Men Legends, or if we can play up to 4 players on X-Men Legends. So if anyone wants to come down here and play X-Men Legends, game with Dre. We'll do it like Saturdays or Sundays. That way it makes it easy for people to want to come down here to San Gabriel. Game with Dre. That's gonna be coming up soon. I will put a call out on Facebook if you want to game with us, and we're obviously gonna stream it. We'll stream. We'll game it, and like I'll ask my guests questions about their gaming history and stuff. So it'll be fun. It's a fun little series I want to do on the weekends. Of course, I'll be doing the retro game night. I started this past Friday. We saw Star Fox Assault from the GameCube. I'm just digging everything up, and then I'm gonna be like either buying or borrowing games from my boss. That's another thing. If you're following us on Facebook, you got to see. I got permission from my boss to start taking photos of some of the weird shit. And so today we saw the first weird games Dre finds and VIP. Yeah. Based on the Pamela Anderson TV show for the Game Boy Color.
I noticed you didn't say the hit TV show.
No. If I were to say that, I'd have to add an S in front of the word. The shit TV show, VIP, which was a staple of old Comic Galaxy back in the day. Yeah. And I was telling you in the pre-show, I'm like, it would just be on Channel 9. We'd be waiting for the Laker game to come on. Now there's VIP. It was either Channel 9 or Channel 13. I forget which channel that was on syndication.
Syndication I think was 9. I think originally it was 13, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
back in old K-Cop?
Yeah.
Or was it was already UPN?
Yeah, I think it was UPN already.
It was supposed to be the Paramount Network, but it was like, oh, UPN. Now there's another Paramount Network.
Yeah, they took over Spike.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Spike, and they got rid of wrestling. They got rid of everything.
Yeah.
They're trying to like be cool again. We're Paramount Network. We're cool.
They kept the The lip syncing show.
Well, hell yeah, they did. The John Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
And who was the third on that one? Stephen Merchant.
Yeah.
They would play that in their living room.
Yeah.
That's the genesis of that whole thing.
Yeah.
They used to do it at their house. So, let's just do it on TV and get paid for it. Yeah. You know what else helps us get paid? If you follow us right here. If you're watching us on Facebook Live and you don't already like the show, hit a like on that. And if you see our gaming videos, hit a like on that. That's a separate page as well. Dre's Geek Philosophy gaming page. Make sure to hit a follow on Twitch. If you have Twitch, follow us on that as well. If you're on Twitter, at DreGP Podcast. Follow me there. On Instagram, it's at SoCac1, but I think I might be changing that to at DreGP Podcast since I've been doing some of those Instagram. I'm going to do some Instagram lives of Game Boy Advance games or Nintendo DS games. Mm-hmm. You can watch the portable games on your portable device. No. You see what I'm doing there? Yeah! Our YouTube page, as soon as I need to get my ass back in gear. There's 3 subscribers there waiting for more content. So, YouTube page, just search for Dre's Geek Philosophy. There will be more videos. I'm going to put up a lot more of the gaming videos there. And then I'll be setting up the Patreon, so there'll be some exclusive videos on there that you cannot watch, especially some of the stuff where we cannot, there's licensed content that we can't broadcast on Facebook. We're going to put it right there on the Patreon. Just support the show through that way. I think I'm going to make the entry like $1. If you give us $1 a month, you'll have access to all these videos. And if you want to donate more, I'm not going to stop you. It'll help pay for the SoundCloud. It'll help pay for any other supplies. Thankfully, my boss donated the RF adapter for my GameCube. Although I did end up finding some cables for my GameCube digging through my mom's garage the other day. But hey, he donated an RF adapter, which means I can connect it to my TV at home.
Oh, there you go.
Because every TV still has that little freaking the cable thing.
Yeah.
So that solved that issue. So I might have to pick up an RF adapter for my PS2 and for my for my Xbox. So I'll play all the old shit. So it'll be awesome. You can also follow Pete Malini at Nostalgic Comics and on Instagram Nostalgic_Comics. And make sure you follow the East LA Cape, the East Los Angeles Comic Book Art and Pop Culture Expo. That's coming June 1st. We're rapidly moving towards June 1st. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. 2 months away. Yeah. Today's April 1st. Yeah. 2 months from today is going to be the East Los Angeles Comic Book Art and Pop Culture Expo. Stuff's going on behind the scenes. Exciting things. We're going to be announcing more artists, more vendors throughout the time. We're going to be doing all sorts of media to promote it. You'll see stuff on Facebook. You'll see stuff on Instagram. You're going to see stuff on YouTube. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, there might be something coming up, or might see something in the wild.
Something in the wild.
That's all I can say for now.
Like I say, last week we made the announcement for those of you who are pro wrestling fans. The Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, some of the original cast members are coming down to the East LA Comic Book Art and Pop Culture Expo. We talked to one of them on the radio here at KQBH, Boyle Heights Radio. We talked to them. We talked to the Royal Hawaiian. Yeah. Her origin story seems very similar to the main character in the Netflix. I almost said Hulu like a dumbass. The Netflix show Glow. When she was talking about it, I was like, this sounds just like the main character in Glow. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. Is her character based on you, Royal Hawaiian? Yeah. Because she got hurt and she doesn't wrestle anymore. No. It's like, Interesting. It was very interesting. It's a fun time. Make sure to follow the East LA Cape. You're going to see it. We're going to be promoting it very heavily on all of our social media platforms. I'm going to be talking about it every week right here. And you know where else we talk about it? We talk about it on the Multiverse show. Yeah. If you love comic books, if you just want to go deep in the woods, you want to get lost in the world of comic books, Wednesday nights right here on this Facebook channel on Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast, we do the Multiverse Comic Show where Pete Malini is your guide in this journey through the world of comics.
Like WonderCon was just this weekend. There's a lot of stuff that came out of that.
I know. That's why I literally didn't want to talk about any of that because I want to save that for Wednesday night. When there's some WonderCon stuff, we're going to talk about it. I'm sure a lot of stuff got announced at WonderCon in regards to the comic books because you know basically both of the major companies are based here in LA now. Yeah. They're both in Burbank now. Yeah. If you didn't know already, both Marvel and DC are based in Burbank now. Yeah. Marvel used to be like Manhattan Beach, and DC used to be New York, and then they moved their operations to Burbank. Yeah. They got to put the comic people next to the movie people. That way they can talk and not have shitty movies. Obviously, the move for DC moving from New York to Burbank has resulted in good things. All the reviews for Shazam, we'll talk about that. Yeah. Wednesday.
That's this week.
That's this week. We're going to watch it this Thursday. Yeah. We have our tickets for this Thursday. So, hey, make sure to follow us. Follow us here. Give us a like on Facebook. Give us a follow. Whatever. Don't miss out on these episodes. We talk about a lot of fun stuff here. Please support the show. It help us help you get more of this show. Yeah. It's easy. Yeah, that's all it is. There it is. You hit bloop, and then you get the shows. Nope. It's fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This has been Dre's Geek Philosophy. For Pete Molini, this is Dre Cervantes. We'll catch you guys later. Good night. Why aren't you booping?
Where's the button?
Why won't the buttons work? The buttons don't